Well, Couchies, we are here today with my favourite little fellow, Greg. Greg, welcome to the couch.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
It was good to have you. Now, Greg, you've just released, or a group of you have just released. The group is called the Q, or the Q Group. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct. Yep. Q.
And you've got an album that's just come out called The Tenebrae Reflections. Tell us, how did the group come together?
Well, Q started just after the four of us had left school. Cameron Van Ryck, his brother, was getting married, and his brother asked Cam, I want you to sing at my wedding. He's like, what? I'm not going to sing by myself at the wedding. So he rang us up. A couple of mates from school, we came down, the four of us, and we sang. We're just like, hey, this is pretty good. It's a bit of a surprise, actually.
Awesome. And tell us, how did like, I haven't listened to the CD or the album, and it's some pretty cool sounds on there. It's sort of like, no offense to you, but it's like choir boys singing, and quite a unique sound. How did you guys come together in terms of the unique voices?
Well, that's a really good question because I don't actually know the answer to it. Basically, because we're so varied in the type of sound, and especially in Perth, there's no real church choir type of tradition. For four of us to come out and then produce something like this is amazingly unique. Most of us had gone through cathedral choir, so there is a little bit of that background, but one of us, none of that at all. So one of them is Cameron is a jazz saxophonist, Roberto is an opera singer, and Andrew is just an organist.
Wow.
Bring us all together, Q comes out.
But how did you, like, in terms of the recording, like, how did you come together with these songs? Like, do you just start singing in the shower or just start singing in the lounge room together and like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good song, let's go to the recording studio?
Almost, no. We had grown up through the cathedral choir system a little bit, and every Good Friday we had sung as boys this tenebrae, this darkness music, all about the passion of Christ, the crucifixion. When we left the cathedral choir, it kind of left something of us that we wanted to bring back, recreate. So we started to do it again when we had this, Cameron formed the group. The boys went off to, Andrew and Rob went off to Europe to do their music stuff over there, reach for the stars, as they say. And then they came back for a bit of a break, about a week, and they're like, let's sing the stuff again. I had just been talking with Veritas about recording for another choir and said, hey, Hugh, do you want to come down and have a listen to this? He came down and was like, this is amazing, let's record this is going to be fantastic. That's how it happened.
And that's how it happened. Well, it's good to see an actual Australian group coming up in the ranks with this kind of music, because obviously, we get a lot of those bands, those hard rock bands, but it's within Australia. But it's good to see a group that's, a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more, some good soul music in there. So it's really good. Mm-hmm. Now, tell me, we've got the album here, Tenebrae Reflections. There it is. Tell us a little bit about the album.
Well, the album is the full collection of Thomas Lydd Victoria's Tenebrae responsories. So there's 18 responsories, and each responsory, it's broken into 3 nights, leading up to Easter, or describing the Passion of Christ, 3 different formats of that. Yep. So the album is basically the collection of those responsories in the fullness, but it's also for 4 blokes. When Victoria wrote them, it was for full choir with trebles and that type of thing. So we've got an arrangement just for blokes, so it creates a darker sound. And this is a little bit more in keeping with the theme of the evenings, and the passion and the crucifixion. So that's the album in a nutshell.
Wow. And now we've got the launch. We've got a concert here that's coming up on the 17th of March. 19th of March. Yep. Now, where is that going to be held, and what kind of other groups are going to be supporting the actual night?
Well, the launch, 19th of March, is at St Joseph's in Subiaco. Beautiful church, just been renovated, so it's perfect for this type of music. So we've got Q singing the songs from the album. We're singing 4 of the album songs. But we've also got, opening the night, Duncan Gardner. He's got a trio with acoustic bass and flute. So he's got a few different style things, eclectic world music, this type of stuff. Then we've also got the St Joseph's Chamber Choir, which is led by Dr. Robert Braham, one of the top choral conductors in Perth. This is the new choir that's got another young choir, and they're singing some contemporary choral music from America, Eric Whittaker, a few things like that. And then the other support act that's helping us out is, I'm going to check the name here.
Probably some Australian good-looking band or something like that.
He's Paul Wright, which is one of our top Australian violinists who's just come back from the eastern states. So this will be one of his first concerts back in Perth. violin, and a couple of other support.
Fantastic.
Musicians.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to joining. Hopefully you invite me and I can come and maybe give you a bit of a duet or something like that. I haven't got a very good voice, but we'll see how we go. But look, Couchies, if you want more information, please visit our website, thecouch.com.au. Greg, it was a pleasure having you, and hopefully you'll give us a demo later on in the show.
We'll see how we go.